All right, guys, we'll go right into questions for redshirt senior quarterback Malik Rosier.
Malik, you started 8 and 9. The offense guys got 2 touchdowns there early. What kind of happened after that?
They started. The first half they were kind of basic, and then towards the second half they started mixing up their blitzes. To be honest with you, we had 2 weeks. They had 2 weeks, so we knew they were going to bring different stuff at us. As you can tell, their offense had a lot of gadgets the first half. And towards the second half, they started throwing more blitzes. They started throwing more. They would go Charlie scrape. They put cover 2 behind it. And, they just started picking up on what we were doing. They started just game planning for it. They had a good job of adjusting the second half, and we just couldn't get it back going.
You take us through the interceptions. The first one was, I guess the ball was deflected. Your hit, obviously. The second one, though, I guess you were trying to get the ball to Jeff.
For us, that's a trust throw. That's a throw. If you go back, we threw it to Braxton Berrios last year. We threw it to Jeff a lot of times this year, and the guy did a great job of just reading route patterns, and he just made a great break. I asked Jeff, I was like, if he doesn't undercut you, do you catch it? He was like, yeah. But at the end of the day, I probably gotta maybe throw a better ball more in his body, but that's just a great play by that kid, just reacting to what he saw.
I think you guys got down to the 9 big series there at the start of the fourth quarter, and just what'd you see there?
They were playing quarters, and I think it was quarter 0. So when entered the field, number 4, he was really good at reading feet. You watch him all the time. He's really big on jumping routes, and so I wasn't comfortable with the route concept we had to the field. Daryl's been a reliable guy even from last year, so I thought I could take my one-on-one matchup, and the corners made a really good play.
Malik, you've been through so much in your career here. A lot of winning, a lot of losing. You guys were 10-0 a year ago at this time, relatively. Lost 6 of the last 8 to Power 5 schools, and it's just been a run of losing. What's happened? What's changed?
I think it's just little things. I feel like you'll have 10 guys doing it right, whether it's from me, whether it's from offensive linemen, whether it's from receiver. 10 guys doing it right. That one person that does it wrong, it messes up everything. There was a couple of times where we thought there was holding. We wound up getting one late on Jeff Thomas. If the guy doesn't hold Jeff, it's a touchdown. But it's just small things like that we got to fix. Like last week, we had a lot of inmates. This week, we had a couple that just beat us. Scored plays that should have popped that didn't. Either blocked their own guy, or we didn't get the block on the guy, or they just had a good play for our play. Sometimes they just have a good call for our call. So my hat goes off to them, the defensive coordinator.
Like, what's the mood right now for this team? What's morale like, considering what's happened lately?
I think we're fine, and I think the big thing is everyone has to take accountability. We can't point fingers at one another, because that's when the team starts to fall apart. We still have a long season. As you can tell, BT was in the lead. They lost to Georgia Tech. So, the ACC coast was still wide open. We just got to go out and just be prepared for Duke next week and just do what we do.
Did anybody talk after the game? Any of you guys, players, stand up and, address each other?
I don't want to say we address each other, but there was just times where we just talked, and I was like, I need that block, or I need that catch, or I told I need a little more time, and it was kind of the overall talk. Me and Mahoney had a quick sit down. We each have to be accountable. This loss is on us, and at the end of the day, we got to put this loss behind us. I know it sucks. The fans are gonna be mad. We're pissed off, but we can't let these last 2 losses really just keep trickling over to the rest of the season. We got to stop it. We got to stop the bleeding. We got to win at home.
What was Coach's message to you?
His biggest message is obviously we didn't play perfect, but we didn't quit. People were hanging their heads. The leaders picked them up. Let's go. We got to keep going the next drive. So his thing was just we played hard. We just got to fix the little mistakes.
How do you stop the wrong execution by that one guy or 2 guys? Is it a practice thing? Is it a mental thing? What's it going to take to get to the point where everyone's on the same page?
I would say practice, and like I said, we had 2 good weeks of practice. Thursday was probably, me and Coach John kind of hit on it. He was like, we had a good 2 weeks, but then Thursday we kind of fell off. And he was like, those small mistakes we made on Thursday showed up in the game. And that's just something that we can't do, especially with the older guys. If the second and third unit do that, that's acceptable just because there's a lot of young guys in those units. But for the ones, we can't have that happen, and we try to go back and fix it. We got to fix mistakes. It's literally small things like we might bypass the Sam and block the safety. We should block the Sam. Or just little small things like that if we fix, some of these runs are going to spit for 10, 15 plus yards.
So does that take players, getting on players, or does it have to come from the coaches? How do you get people to bear down?
The 2 things is players getting on players, and we have to get player by team, because coaches are going to yell, and it means more when a player gets onto you and the player says, hey, I need you to step up. And the second thing is we just have to lock in. There's literally small mistakes that we're making that we don't make in practice. At some reason during game day we get tired, we stop focusing, and it just causes catastrophes to happen. So
thank you, Malik.
Thanks, Malik.